All right, thank you for taking the time to come and listen to my presentation today. I want to begin by showing you a short video clip.
On the day I was born, they told my parents I'd never be able to walk.
They said I wouldn't be like the other kids.
On the day I was born, there was a big hole on my face.
Every 4.5 minutes in the U.S., a child is born with a birth defect. We don't know why. Visit the National Birth Defect Prevention Network now to learn how you can help.
The boy in the wheelchair is my son, who was born with spina bifida. Since his birth, I have learned many important things about birth defects, and I feel that this is very important information that I would like to share with you today. This information is important to you as well. As a college student, whether you are a young student who is going to be starting a family soon, or if you know people who will start a family, if you are having friends who have a family, or even if you are an older college student whose children are having babies, this is important information. We have previously discussed the impacts of birth defects, what birth defects are, and what we can do to prevent birth defects. Today, I want to talk about birth defect prevention and research for that prevention. I will begin by discussing what research has given us. I will also talk about where research and funding is right now. I will discuss some of the concerns regarding research, and then lastly, I will also tell you how you can make a difference in this issue. So first, I want to review what research has done. Since the implementation of folic acid fortification, the March of Dimes says that the incidence of spina bifida has decreased by 27%. That affects thousands of babies. Also, according to Dr. Marcia Feldkamp, Associate Professor of Pediatrics with the University of Utah, and also the head of the National Birth Defects Prevention Network's Parent Advisory Group, she says that only 22 to 23% of birth defects have a known cause. So, having seen how important this research is, I want to discuss how things are with current research and the funding. There are many studies being funded, but it's really not enough. There are a lot of groups out there trying to provide new information. However, the funding isn't available to them. CDC funding has decreased in recent years, and programs have received cuts. Utah and Texas are no longer part of a surveillance program regarding birth defects. There are many grants that people apply for and are not being funded on the first try, and sometimes they're not being funded at all. So if we do not get our programs funded and the grants, then we are going to see an increase in costs. And however, if we can spend the money to fund programs, then it will save the government and taxpayers money overall. But not everybody feels that this funding is important, and I want to just address two of those concerns today. One is that there's not enough money. It's hard to allocate money to everybody who needs it. It's hard to give the information to those who feel like it's maybe not important, but to them, I feel like the quote that Thomas Jefferson said puts it into perspective. And it says, quote, "The care of human life and happiness and not their destruction is the first and only object of good government." And that says that right here. So in response to those who argue with the approach that discussing birth defect prevention is devaluing those with birth defects, I have this response. And I say that I believe that some things happen for a reason. We love and support our son. He is smart and funny and has valuable contributions to make in his life. But we also hurt for him when he is struggling and hurting because we understand the difficulties involved. We did everything possible to make sure that our next baby was going to be born without a birth defect, especially spina bifida. It is human nature to try and prevent difficulty and pain and to take the knowledge we have and learn from it. There are a multitude of resources and knowledge that have led to improvements and a reduction in the babies affected, but we can't stop there. It is not enough, and we must not say that it is enough. Our very nature begs us to advance, to increase the chance for more babies to be born healthy or even just to be born. So now I ask, can you make a difference? You can. You can make a difference in this. You have been given knowledge. Use it. Tell your friends. Tell your family members. Tell those that you know who are planning on having babies what they can do to help reduce their chance of having a baby with a birth defect. Use that in your own life. But does the knowledge need to stop there? Does your chance to make a difference need to stop there? No, it doesn't. You have many other opportunities. This includes finding a program or an organization that supports birth defect research, funding, surveillance. These include the March of Dimes, the National Birth Defects Prevention Network, and others. You can give of your time. As a poor college student, sometimes donating money is hard, but you can just even give a few dollars or of your time. Now, you can also do one more thing, and that is to contact your members of Congress, and you can contact your senators and let them know that funding needs to increase or at least maintain the level that it is currently at. So we are all affected by birth defects, and thanks to research, we know things that we can do to prevent them, which applies to us personally. There's not enough funding for research, and if that does not change, we will see the effects. We will see the costs increase instead of decreasing and saving money by spending a little bit more money now. So in conclusion, we all share the cost associated with birth defects. Let us determine to spend a little bit more money now on research with the hope of reducing the many enormous costs, financial and otherwise, associated with birth defects. And not because we don't want birth defects in our society or to imply that those with birth defects are not valuable, but because we believe in health, we believe in hope, we believe in always improving and reducing pain. Were that not true, we would not search for a cure for AIDS or for cancer. It is what we do, and to claim that by advocating for a reduction in birth defects devalues those with them is to deny our human race the very thing that our human nature demands, which is to improve, to learn, and to grow. Let's not deny the chance to future babies to be born without a birth defect. As a young student or as a mature one, you can make a difference. As you think about the things I've said today and what you will do to make a difference, consider the words of the National Birth Defects Prevention Network and the CDC that state, quote, "Birth defects affect us all. What effect will you have on birth defects?" Unquote. Thank you.